Hey guys, how's it going? It is S2G and welcome to a FIFA 18 experiment video. Normally I don't do these kind of videos, but I thought this experiment would actually be a really interesting one. What we are going to be doing today is putting Messi's Argentina squad into the Premier League. We'll be simulating a season then and just seeing how the Argentina side will perform in the Premier League. The question's been asked for a long time how Messi would perform in the Premier League, but seeing how Argentina, the national team as whole, will perform would actually be really interesting, and it would also be a great comparison to see how the big dog teams in the Premier League, the likes of City, United, Chelsea, how would they actually compete with the national team? Will this Argentina side run out as winners in the Premier League, or would they struggle? So if you're excited for today's experiment video, make sure to drop a like on this video, and of course if you are new around here, you know what to do. Make sure to subscribe for more FIFA 18 career mode based content. I'm thinking about doing how Ronaldo's Portugal side would do in the Premier League next, so if you're interested in that, let me know in the comment section. Now, how will I manage to do this? Because we've got to put the Argentina side into the Premier League. So what I've done is I've basically used the edit feature outside of career mode to create a customized squad into this Boca Juniors team. So I've put in 23 Argentine players that I believe will be a part of the 2018 Jorge Sampaoli's World Cup squad. So I've done that and I'll be showing you guys the team in a moment. No Champions League football though, because I think it would be an unfair advantage to the likes of City, and also we wouldn't get an accurate representation of what would happen in the Premier League. I'm excited to see basically what happens, because I'm not going to lie, this is a ridiculously good team. I mean, if you look at the attacking talent Argentina has, Aguero, Icardi, Messi, Dybala, teams would be lucky to have just one of those players, but here we've got 4 or 5 of these insane talents. I've also left out Higuain out of the squad because he hasn't been picked by the Argentina coach, which is Jorge Sampaoli, in quite a long time. Besides that, he's bottled in every final he's played in, so can't really complain about that. So I'm going with the formation, which is of course the 3 at the back, which Jorge Sampaoli is using right now. We are going to be simulating every single game with this formation, and that's what kind of scares me, because when you're simulating with a 3 at the back formation, I've actually never had success with this in simulated games, so I'm kind of scared about that. But Jorge Sampaoli is going to use this lineup, so for an accurate representation, it's best we do the same. So Messi's going to be the captain, free kick taker, penalty taker, and we'll have Banega taking corners. That's just the first team on the bench. We have the likes of Pastore. It's a decent bench actually. So the teams we are going to be competing though, I mean, look at this. We've got Liverpool, City, United, Leicester even, of course, Premier League champions. What a season that was. Chelsea as well, Arsenal. Against all these teams, it's going to be tough to compete with. They're going to be making signings. We can't make any signings. We've got to just use these Argentina players, and we will see how Messi does, of course, against these Premier League sides. Can he finally score against Chelsea? That would be interesting. Now, I want you guys to vote by clicking the I button on the top right of your screen. Where do you think this Argentina side will finish in the Premier League? First, top 4, top 6, or, you know, mid-table, or of course, relegation? You guys can, of course, vote by clicking the I button on the top right of your screen. We actually start things off well. A win against Southampton, Messi getting the game winner, which was nice to see. And the next game we simulate was against Manchester United. What is going to happen against one of the top teams in England? Well, we do get ourselves a loss. Not really a surprise, because we know United, they're a good team. Martial and Romelu Lukaku get the goals. Messi couldn't perform against Manchester United, but he's done it before against United. We remember the Champions League finals. But anyways, now Boca Juniors versus Arsenal, an away game. Well, Ozil scored early on, but Messi scored in the 20th minute to get us, of course, the equalizer. And this game was played towards like the 10th game of the season. So now I'm going to be showing you guys the league table. So 10 games into the season. Not bad, man. Not bad at all. Boca Juniors are 4th with 16 points. That is actually decent, and I'm pretty happy about that. I mean, you look at it, the likes of City, United, Spurs, all great teams with great players and the ability to make transfers, whereas we can't do that, and we have a pretty weak defense with not much pace, and I would say a weak midfield. I mean, not counting the cam and wingers, but yeah, I'm pretty impressed with that. 5-1 win against Huddersfield. That's actually pretty nice, you know. A win against Watford as well, a win in the Carabao Cup. We do get knocked out of the Carabao Cup though later on to Spurs, so that was a bit of a bummer. But so far, 10 games into the season, Messi's Argentina is capable of handling the competition of the Premier League. And looking at the top scorers though, this is what kind of felt weird to me not to see a single Argentina striker or a winger in this list until, of course, Perotti in 21st with 3 goals. Aguero as well has got 3 goals, but I expected to see Leo Messi in here, but for some reason, Messi wasn't in here. Even in assists, Messi's not in here. How's that even possible? If you'd put Messi in literally any league in the world, he would guarantee you at least 15 to 20 goals and about like 10 assists every season. If not the insane numbers he produces at Barcelona, I think he would do the same in the Premier League as well, but that's another debate. So I kind of found this experiment a bit interesting so far because Messi has only played 7 games. That means Jorge Sampaoli has decided to bench Messi for a few games because I, of course, just directly simulate the games. I don't decide the lineup, so it's Sampaoli getting the job done for us. His decisions haven't been great. I mean, Messi 7 games, 2 goals. That in itself is weird. And now we get a chance to see whether if Messi can score against Chelsea. And the answer is no. But luckily, Icardi's goal in the 22nd minute was enough to get ourselves all 3 points against them. And now seeing what happens versus Pep's Manchester City. Messi, of course, playing against his former coach, but Manchester City were too good. Even with all the substitute players they were playing, like Bittencourt and Zinchenko, they still beat us, you know. 2 goals, no, 1 goal from Sterling and 1 goal from this Bittencourt guy. Pretty interesting. And now we have dropped down to 5th place after 22 games. You know what? I would take a top 6 finish because I think this side isn't that great, especially at the back and especially in midfield. But what I expected more was goals. And as you can see, it's Spurs, the top scoring side, which is interesting. We are about like 5th or 6th in terms of scoring goals, but still, you know, 34 goals, 20 conceded. I think it just shows why we are in 5th. Our defense just isn't good enough. So if Argentina actually had better defenders and maybe better midfielders, you know, a better, stronger centre midfielder, they could actually compete for the Premier League title. But so far, it doesn't look likely. Although Aguero is, you know, picking up some pace. He's 9 goals. He's on 9 goals now. And Messi's finally shown up. He is in 23rd place with, of course, 5 goals. Nice to see that. In assists, we have Di Maria getting in some assists. That is nice to see. So about like halfway through the season, we are 5th in the league, and I will actually take that. And looking at the overalls of some players, look at Paulo Dybala. He's up to a 90 rating, but he isn't performing for us. Maybe because I'm playing him out wide. Di Maria is 84. Icardi's gone up by 1 as well, and the rest of the team, some of the youngsters are actually going up in their overall. So I would say so far it's been a success. Anything above top 6, I think it's good, but top 4 would be the dream with this Argentina side, and I'm eager to see if it's actually possible. Looking at the top goal scorers so far in this season, Aguero running away with that, 11 goals. Even Messi can't compete with that right now. Messi's got only 5, but he's played considerably lesser games than the others. I don't know why. Dybala has just been bottling for Argentina just like he does in real life, but that's pretty weird. We now have Liverpool though, and I'm simulating this one as well. I'm basically simming all games. This is just an experiment video. It's not gameplay based. Lovren. Dejan Lovren. Just let that sink in. Lovren equalized against this Argentina side. Absolute scenes. And it was a draw against Liverpool. But to be fair, against all the big dog sides, we've done well. But now towards the end of this experiment, final Premier League match day, it's not in our hands, I would say. But a win should get us top 4. I mean, that's again if Watford do bottle and lose their game. They've got a better goal difference. So basically the scenario is simple. We've got to get ourselves a win here at home against Stoke City. A big win preferably. And hope that Watford actually lose or draw their game. So top 4 is on the cards. Can Messi's Argentina get top 4? We are going to be simulating this one against Stoke City. Can we get the win? Oh, Messi's scored already in the big games when it does matter. Leo Messi's there to score, and Aguero adds to his goal tally, scoring in the 45th minute. And of course, we pick ourselves up another 2-0 win. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough for Messi's Argentina as they finish in 5th. And ends up missing on, of course, top 4. So, according to EA, according to FIFA, Messi's Argentina would not finish top 4 in the Premier League. Do you agree or do you disagree? In real life, if you would put this same Argentina side into, of course, the Premier League, what would the outcome be? Maybe the next video we could try it out with Cristiano Ronaldo and just see how his Portuguese side get on in the Premier League. Or maybe we can put this Argentina side into another league and just see how things go. But so far, I think we can say the experiment's been a bit of a success, because I didn't expect Argentina to finish top 6. I thought they'll be like top 10 maybe, but you know what, top 6 pretty decent. Aguero, of course, finished as our top scorer. Messi as well on like 7 or 8 goals. We'll have a look at the detailed stats in a moment. But Sané, what a lad, man. 20 goals in the Premier League. That's pretty awesome for a winger. Looking at some of the important stats, we have 16 goals. Sergio Aguero, 14 in the Premier League. Icardi with 7. Banega with 9 goals. That's incredible. Messi finishes on 7 goals, which is nice to see, but I expected more from Leo. But this game, EA doesn't like Leo, so if you simulate games with Leo, he really doesn't score that much. But Dybala has been a massive disappointment, maybe because he's played out wide. I expected a lot more from him, but I don't know why he just didn't perform. And looking at the assists, Di Maria finished as top assister, which is interesting. Messi only 2 assists? Come on, EA. You're having a laugh. Messi definitely deserved to have like more assists, but regardless. Let's now have a look at the league table before we end it off and just talk about it. So 78 points Manchester City and Boca Juniors on 70. You know what? 8 points off the top. I'm not complaining. That's actually decent. We couldn't win the FA Cup. We were actually knocked out by Spurs in the early rounds, which was interesting because we were also knocked out by Spurs in the Carabao Cup. So Spurs were a very annoying team to come up against in this experiment. So Spurs actually beat Arsenal in the Carabao Cup final. That's a very interesting fixture. It would have been a really feisty affair because we know how big rivals those two clubs are. But that is it for this experiment. Do you guys think it's been a success? Or do you think it's been a bit underwhelming because you expected Messi's Argentina to do better in the Premier League? Overall, EA are saying Messi's Argentina would finish 5th in the Premier League and Messi wouldn't be as good as he is in the La Liga. So you guys can agree or disagree with that. I'm going to be ending the video off here. More experiments, drop a like on this video, subscribe if you are new around here, follow me on Twitter to stay updated with the channel, and I will see you guys soon with another video on this channel.